Previously on The Sims 4 Big Brother. In the Squid Games themed competition, Knox won the power of head of household, but unfortunately the level 4 twist of the duos was unleashed, and his duo had to nominate another duo, and he selected Kaori and Cassandra. In the Power of Veto competition, they all raced towards victory. However, Knox won another competition, giving him the sole power for the week. And he kept his nominations exactly the same, leaving Cassandra and Kaori up on the block to face eviction. Come eviction night, with a vote of 5-3, Cassandra was evicted. But right when she walked out, she was able to walk right back in, as we introduced the level 5 twist, which was the pre-jury battle back. Not only her, but the 4 remaining first boots of the game all came back to compete for a chance to re-enter. Our evicted house guests entered Club BB, where they had to dance the night away. The last house guest left standing would re-enter the competition. And after a long and grueling night, it ended with a one-on-one match between Johnny and Rohan, which Johnny ended up winning. Now Johnny is back in the game, and eligible to win HOH. Will he win himself safety, or will he end up back on the block? Find out now. Hi and welcome back, all my beanie weenies, to another exciting episode of The Sims 4 Big Brother US Season 2. And we are going to get straight into it and start the next HOH competition. When we last left off here at Club BB, we were having a dance-off to see who would come back, and Johnny won the battle back. But now it's time to figure out who's going to be HOH. Since Knox was just HOH, he can no longer compete. For everyone else, they have gone behind their own color-coded bar. All of them will make their own drink, and whoever makes the best, most expensive drink wins HOH. And you guys can go ahead and get started. Now, this won't take very long. This will probably be the shortest HOH all season, because as we can see, some of our house guests are already done. All they had to do was pop open a wine bottle and pour it in a glass, while others are taking a little bit more time to mix their own cocktail. And it looks as though Mark is the last one to compete, but that doesn't mean he's out of the competition yet. However, we see that him and Dina both take sips of their cocktails immediately after making them, and I am no longer able to judge how expensive they were. Therefore, both Mark and Dina have been disqualified and are out of the competition. As for everyone else, why don't we go ahead and look at their scores. So first up, we have Zoe with a $4 cocktail, and I'm just showing you exactly how we're finding these prices. Alright, next we have Rashida beating her with a $13 cocktail. Bob is next up with a $21 cocktail and is now in the lead. Then we have Diego with sadly just a $12 flaming cocktail. However, Vanessa was able to get a $22 cocktail, beating Bob by $1 and putting her in the lead. Angela was not able to beat Vanessa with only a $9 cocktail, and Johnny was fairly close with 20, but that still wasn't enough. Next up we have Kaori with a $9 cocktail, and last but not least is Akira with a $10 cocktail, which means congratulations Vanessa, you are the new HOH. Now, this will be Vanessa's second HOH win. However, last time she was paired up with Mark, with being the boys versus girls twist, and she wasn't able to choose from everyone. However, this is going to be her first solo HOH, and with this being a classic week, she has free reign of all of our house guests to pick who will be nominated. Vanessa is enjoying her HOH room and taking some time for herself away from everyone else. She ends up going into the bathroom and drawing herself a nice warm bath. How relaxing. I think honestly this is exactly how I would spend my HOH. No one's allowed in my room. I am in here getting alone time. Meanwhile, she's not the only one soaking it up in some warm water. Outside in the garden, we see Mark, Kaori, and Diego all hanging out in the hot tub. On the balcony, we see that Akira and Nox are playing a little game of foosball. Meanwhile, right below them, it seems as though Bob is having some difficulty with the laundry. I don't know. The laundry never works. It's always stinking up the place. And then when they do actually manage to not only put it in the washer, but then put it in the dryer usually catches on fire. But as the sun begins to rise over the Big Brother house, it looks as though Bob has given up on this problem and ends up deciding to just leave it here for someone else to find, like Zoe, and turns right around and heads toward the pool to take a nice relaxing dip and calm down from all the stress of the Big Brother house. But he's not the only one relaxing. We see that Angela is also floating while Rashida is stinking it up on a sunbed. We see Johnny is taking a nice nap on the hammock, but he really seems to be avoiding everyone. He doesn't seem to be so enthusiastic and happy as he once was in the Big Brother house, and now that he has re-entered, I don't know, maybe he is now looking around and seeing that he doesn't really have any friends in the house. That is why he got voted out, and since he's not HOH, he could definitely be seeing the block. And while most of the house guests are staying up playing games, it looks as though Kaori cannot get enough of being a bartender. She's back there serving drinks to no one, but just practicing her cocktail making skills. If only all of this had paid off in the HOH. But look at those abs she's sporting. I don't know when she got those, but she looks ripped. And thankfully, Rashida decides to take a dip in that outdoor shower to freshen up a little bit. Meanwhile, upstairs in the arcade, it looks as though Diego is getting some alone time by playing video games by himself. Johnny is also getting some alone time now in the bedroom, but unfortunately, it's just him crying in bed by himself. It really does seem like Johnny is taking this return pretty hard, and he does not seem to be too high upon himself. He doesn't have too much self-esteem that he's going to be able to survive this week, let alone win the game in the end. But who really knows? He has not been nominated yet, and things could definitely change. All he has to do is find someone that he can confide in and get close to. It seems as though Nox has finally discovered that he is an overachiever, but I don't think any of us are that surprised by that. I mean, he's won the most competitions so far, and he's always winning the games in the house, whether it's foosball or ping pong or the horseshoe game, whatever it is. So I don't think any of us are that surprised, but I'm glad he has finally figured that out. And of course, when I go to the gym to check out and see what everyone is doing in there, it's none other than Johnny and Dina. Johnny was always in the gym before he left, and Dina has never left the gym since she arrived in the Big Brother house. So it'd be pretty wise if he was able to align with her and get something started, because they are probably the two most physically fit house guests in the house. However, in the storage room, it seems it's becoming a bit of a mess. The coffee machine is now broken, and it's getting a bit stinky with the trash can being full. But it's not the only part of the house that's becoming a mess. That problem with the laundry is really starting to develop, but it doesn't seem to really be bothering everyone, as we can see that there's a whole group of house guests, mainly Diego, Zoe, and Kaori, just talking while sitting on top of the laundry. And Zoe actually seems to be a little smelly and have to pee, so I think we can confidently say that she's gonna pee herself in just a matter of time. However, in the gym, it looks as though Dina is getting a little bit of encouragement and energy from Akira, and of course Johnny is not too far behind. He stays in the gym just like Dina. I don't know if it's like a blonde thing or what, but he is here now to witness that Akira and Dina are having a little bit of flirting going on. Thankfully, Zoe is able to make it to the bathroom. Whew. But I'm sure someone is still going to end up peeing themselves today regardless. Once Dina leaves, it's just Johnny and Akira left in the gym, and the two of them immediately start talking and bonding. Who knows, could this be Johnny's first friend in the house and maybe a future alliance?
Franjwaga Lastuba.
Hondo? Spadayen. Ulak. Storn a flame.
Gel?
Oh, just no burn.
Oh, Slurfapator.
Robel?
While Johnny and Akira bond in the gym, outside in the kitchen, Rashida is cooking up some eggs. Unfortunately, I don't know if she has short-term memory or what, but she just ends up completely forgetting that she's in the middle of cooking something and walks away. And that's when I start to begin to worry, like, is this gonna start another fire? Because I really do not need this today, and we've had, what, 2-3 fires so far? Like, I know you have period cramps, but maybe start complaining about those after you're done cooking. I don't know. However, the Bro Fest is not over yet. It didn't end in the gym. In fact, Akira and Johnny end up going upstairs to the loft and start playing a game of chess together, where they're able to talk and strategize about the game. Meanwhile, just a few feet behind them in the closed door of the HOH room, Vanessa is letting off some steam. If only the boys knew what was going on just a few feet away from them. And also, at the other end of the loft, I took a peek at our hamster cage, and it seems as though he has made his great escape. I don't really think I'll be replacing him, so RIP that little buddy. However, Vanessa seems to be finished up doing her business, but she forgot to put on her bottoms. So she ends up doing a nice little strut around the house, letting everyone see what she's been up to in the HOH room. And I gotta say, I am pretty curious about the whole Dina-Akira romance thing, because it doesn't seem like the flirting is calming down anytime soon between Rashida and Dina. And is Akira really prepared to get involved in his second love triangle in the house? While Vanessa does eventually put some pants back on, in the gym, we see that Zoe and Nox are continuing to bond. I really do think that after being duos and stuff like that, the two of them could really be forming a final two deal. And this is also when I start to notice that a lot of our Sims are so similar. A lot of them end up getting into like a final two type situation and focusing on that being a showmance or them being workout partners. It's very strange. Meanwhile, in the storage room, things just continue to get worse in there. Not only is the coffee maker still broken, but the counters are now getting dirty. But still, Vanessa tries to cook up a meal. but she can't really do it alone. That's kind of the issue in the Big Brother house. She can't do anything alone. Well, apart from maybe some self-woohooing in the HOH room if you're oh so lucky. So while she is cooking up a salad or whatever in the storage room, Johnny does eventually come to join her and teach her a few things. And it honestly looks like she might need it. She doesn't seem to be too happy about being lectured, but maybe it'll save her from cutting off one of her fingers. And he isn't alone. It looks as though Dina has also come to work as backup. You know, how many Sims in the Big Brother house does it take to cook a salad? I guess we'll find out. I was gonna say, you know, maybe Johnny is taking this time to bond with the HOH and prevent himself from being nominated. But for him then to just swipe the salad out from underneath Vanessa's nose and eat it for himself. Oh, I guess it was a sandwich. Anyway, either way, for him to just go ahead and take her food that's just slaved away making, that's kind of savage, and I don't know. I wouldn't be too surprised if... Oh, are you kidding me right now? Ugh. Okay, it looks as though another fire has broken out in the house. I swear I called this earlier. Like, I totally thought a fire was going to take place, and it did. And this one continues to burn. And Mark is completely ablaze. Thankfully, we do have a pool in the house not too far away, so he's able to make a quick dash and extinguish himself. However, the house is still on fire, and it's continuing to grow, and no one is really getting the balls to go ahead and put it out. Are they going to let the house just burn down completely? Are we actually going to have a death happen in the house? Because that would be kind of crazy. And Dina is finally the one to step up, get some balls, and put out the fire. But this whole thing is totally reminding me of the cookout trying to cook a meal in the BB23 house.
Oh my god, it's burning! Oh my god, crap. We need a fire extinguisher. We need a fire extinguisher. Ah! We need a fire extinguisher. It's over there, it's over there. Crap. Hold on. Okay.
Ready? Set. You need,
How is there a fire in here?
Okay, dinner's ready.
Who likes it? Well done.
However, annoyingly, the fire is still going on the other side of the wall. I think it's like on fire, like the lights around the mirror are on fire or something. I really don't know, but I'm being too much of a weenie outside of the studio to actually go inside and put the fire out. So, are our housemates doomed? No, thankfully I do have a sprinkler system set up, and eventually the fire does go out. So, once that fiasco is over with, our house guests return to whatever they were doing before. But I gotta say, I don't think I'm gonna be repairing the oven anytime soon, and these house guests are just gonna have to deal with that going forward. And of course, unfortunately, our house guests decide that now is the perfect time for them to piss themselves. So we have like almost the whole house pissing themselves. Some of them at least made it outside in the backyard, but not everyone. Okay, we see that Akira decided that the storage room wasn't messy enough, and he had to just leave a nice little pee puddle there instead. Thankfully, Knox is there. You would think that he would be sorting through the trash and kind of dealing with that, but no. And instead of showering, a lot of the house guests decide that they're just going to go to bed. You know, like, what a day. What a day spent so far already. They already can't figure out the laundry, so how they're going to keep cleaning up this piss clothes, I don't really know. They now can't cook because I'm not fixing the oven after they lit it on fire for like the 8th time. We see that the laundry baskets are now officially full. But thankfully, Vanessa doesn't have to deal with that. She has her own bathroom, she has her own way of cooking food, and she does look to be a little worse for wear. Her eyes are completely bloodshot, and she looks extremely tired. But you know, at least she can microwave up some breadsticks and eat them in peace, all alone in her HOH room. So, good for her. Meanwhile, outside, it doesn't seem as though Dina is working out in the gym. Instead, she's working out her mind by reading a book. I always think that this would be really useful and a way to prepare for competitions in the future by raising your skill sets for other things. But a lot of our house guests don't really take the time to read any books, surprisingly. It's like they're not allowed in the Big Brother house regardless, but these house guests don't really want to use them. But as most of our house guests go to sleep, I think now is the perfect time to transition over to the next day and see just who Vanessa is going to nominate for eviction. Alright, house guest, this is the nomination ceremony, and since Vanessa has won the power of head of household, she has the sole responsibility of nominating 2 house guests for eviction. Of course, like always, we are going to be looking at her relationship statuses, and the 2 Sims she is least closest to will be the ones she nominates. And thankfully that there's no twist this week, everyone is eligible. So, why don't we go ahead and look to see who she is closest to. And based on that, the first person Vanessa has decided to nominate is Angela. And the second person Vanessa has decided to nominate is Diego. Diego and Angela, both of you have been nominated for eviction. However, we still have the power of veto, and you guys can save yourself from the block. Of course, like always, the Power of Veto episode will be this Wednesday on the channel, so make sure you subscribe, hit the bell, all that stuff. That way you're notified when the new episode is released. And like always, all of the lots and Sims are available to download on the Sims 4 gallery at Sims Hot Dogs. Yep, Sims Hot Dogs, it's official. I'm gonna make a video about it later, but anyway. Besides that, also make sure that you make a house guest for our next Sims 4 Big Brother UK series and submit it with the hashtag Sims Hot Dogs on the gallery. That way you can see your Sim enter the Big Brother house. And apart from that, I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Bye.